Oban Times with me, Kathie Griffith.
Me, Fiona Scott.
Me, Ellis Butcher.
And Stevie Day, lurking in the background as usual, but trying to best to keep us all on track. Well, welcome to this week. Here we are, yet another busy week for us all. We've got some interesting news from the GPs in our area. We've managed to ring round a lot of the surgeries and talk to folks there. We're hearing in Oban that the good news is, despite an initial flurry of coronavirus cases at the beginning, social distancing seems to be working and there is a reduction in cases there. So we still haven't got numbers. NH Highland did get back to us and say, look, we're not giving out exact numbers for areas. They're saying it's because of patient confidentiality. There you go. That's what they're saying. But at least we know what the situation is in Oban. We've got a better picture. We know, we believe there's been 2 confirmed cases on Mull. And what we're hearing from GPs is that they've sort of set everything up. They're all ready. The plans are there. I know in Seal, they said they were prepared for the worst case scenario. That hasn't happened yet. So it seems that people are doing their best, doing their bit to keep distances, stay at home safe, and it looks as though it's working. So the message there is keep up the good work, folks. Over on Mull, they're an impressive lot, you know, they're an impressive bunch. It seems in January they'd set up a planning meeting way ahead of other folk, thinking about what's going to happen to our island if COVID strikes, how are we going to cope with it. And from that, they've set up this fantastic group of people, massive network of volunteers as well, backing up professionals like police and health support and the Tobermory Harbour Association, the Mull and Iona Community Trust. Loads of people, they're all working together to keep everyone safe. And some of those volunteers are working up to 19 hours a day, which I think is just incredible. So hats off to them.
They're absolutely amazing.
Aren't they?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's one heck of being dedicated and committed, isn't it, to your island? So, because of course, Mull declared they were closed for business way before the Scottish government announced its sort of lockdown. So, I don't know, maybe Mull's the place to be, but not at the moment, because you need to stay at home, everybody. I want to encourage you to get your rubber dinghies out and start setting sail out there.
I'm already setting off.
Let Mull be. They're doing well. They're coping incredibly well. So there's lots of exciting things happening there. Loads of new groups setting up as well to keep people busy and occupied. Talking of keeping busy and occupied, when did you lot last write a letter?
On Sunday.
On Sunday?
I typed 2 letters on Sunday.
Were they letters of complaint, Ellis?
They weren't. No. They were letters of extending friendship at these times of hardship.
That's lovely to hear, because the people at Rockfield Community Centre, they're starting up a positive pen pals scheme, and they're encouraging people to get back to letter writing, get your pens and paper out, postcards, get your colouring pencils out as well if you want, and draw some pictures to send them, and get in touch with people. So you can find out about that in this week's OT, and it's online as well. Get involved in it. So buddy up with somebody who would love to hear a letter, and you might get one in the post as well. So there we go. What about you, Ellis?
So I've done a really nice interview this week with a lovely lady called Karen Lindsay, who many may know because she used to run the Barn Bar at Larags for about 17 years. And her story is really quite unique. She set up a business called the Oban Beer Cellar. And she spent 18 months kind of building this dream with the idea of opening in March 2020. And of course, what happened? We know what happened. What she's had to do, she's laid out thousands of pounds of investment, put loads of hard work into refitting this lovely shop in Stafford Street. And then the coronavirus hit. And this story is a sort of real inside piece about how she has managed to kind of bounce back and actually make sales. She had no kind of history of social media. She's not big on the internet. She doesn't have a website, but she's managed to actually get beer out to people at this time. And it really impressed me as a kind of example of people's resilience. So make sure that you look out for that. It's a really nice story. The other issue that I've been looking at this week is on Sunday in Oban, you may remember it was an absolutely stunning, beautiful day and lovely sunset. There was quite a big, high-powered drone flying around the streets, quite high up, not sort of, at house level or roof level, quite high up in the air, but it was very noisy and it did a lot of sort of circular runs of the area. So I've been investigating who was behind this drone because, of course, there have been concerns that the police are using drones at this time to enforce the lockdown restrictions. So make sure that you check that piece in the Oban Times this week as well, because I've got some of the answers for you.
Are you sure it wasn't a giant midgie, Ellis? This warm weather's really bringing them out again.
I think it could well be, couldn't it? Perhaps that's what it was. Maybe it was a big bee.
Well, I was just about to say, I don't know if you could pick that up, but just as you were talking about drones then, this massive bumblebee is just buzzing around my head in the Oban Times car. So I don't know whether you picked up the little sound effects, but I thought that was quite timely. Hang on, I'm going to open the door and let it out. Go, bumblebee, fly free.
Don't worry, honey, you'll be fine.
Oh dear. And what about you, Fiona? What have you been working on?
Well, I'm going back to Mull again. These wonderful people in Mull keeping positive and proactive. So if, like me, you've been missing your sport dreadfully, this is the time of year where I usually get involved with Six Nations, and then the World Snooker's on, horse racing starting, Grand National should be coming up. So I'm really, really missing all that. But the organisers of the Mull Rally are still going full throttle for their planning for this year's event, which isn't until October. But they're keeping positive. They can still plan and organise. They can do all that online. So they're doing whatever they normally do, and really hoping that this event takes place in October, because it's a cracking event for Mull and brings everybody out and takes people across. So yeah, you can read about that on the sport. I was going to say the sports pages. It's now the sports page. But
sports briefing.
But we're still managing to get something sports wise for you out there, and we'll keep trying as hard as we can to do that. The other thing I've been looking at, I've been chatting to Rob Graham from Lorne and Oban Healthy Options, LOHO for short, and the team there are again all online and trying to keep the area healthy, both mentally and physically. If you have a look, you'll see what Rob's been doing. He's out cycling on his daily exercise routine, and he's been broadcasting from his cycle. The rest of the team are all doing other things, so have a look and see what they're up to. But also, if you have a chance, you've really got to look at the video they made, along with the Newcastle and Time Active Health team. They've done a version of When the Going Gets Tough, and it is hilarious. Mm-hmm. So as well as looking after your physical health, it's taking care of your mental health, because if you can have a laugh, then we all know the health benefits of that. So go and have a look at it. It's on our the Oban Times Facebook page, so look that up. I'll guarantee you'll be up dancing.
All right then, I'll have a look. A bit of a jig.
Ellis can get his ballet shoes back on again and have a shot at that.
Yeah, then send us a photo.
I've told you not to talk about me in tights.
So here at the Oban Times, we're always happy to tell you stories and show you photos. So keep in touch with us. You can give us a call on 01631 568 000. Email us at editor@obantimes.co.uk or message us on Facebook. Of course, you can still pick up your copies of the OT from the supermarkets, newsagents or petrol stations, or you can subscribe for £4.80 for 3 months and get the whole digital page-turning package. We'll speak to you next week. Have a good week. Stay safe. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.